Hello and welcome to Knife Delights. It's time for another 3 for Thursday. Yes, that great open tag started by that lovable, affable, and always jolly Irishman, Patty. Thank you so much, Patty, for starting this great open tag. It's been a lot of fun. I encourage all the channels out there, jump in for 3 for Thursday. It's a great way to show your knives, and it's a great way to interact with the other channels and our shared audiences. It's just a fun time. I have a great time every Thursday doing this. Just a little bit of housekeeping here. I got a couple shout outs I just really need to do. One is RJ's Knives, and I'm sorry I forgot to pull the stickers out, channel stickers out, guys, but RJ's Knives, he has been such a great friend from the beginning of my channel. He's helped me out a lot, so much in my journey here, and also Thrifty Kniffy. But RJ has me on his RJ's Live, which is 12:30 Central every Sunday, and it's just a blast every time I go on to that show. So, folks, if you don't catch that show, you're really missing out. He always has a fine panel of guests on there. So, yes, check out RJ's Knives Live. I also want to say thank you to Boston Blade Review and Big J's Knives. They had me on for a second time. I guess they're a glutton for punishment, and they didn't get enough punishment the first time they had me on. But they had me on a second time. Another wonderful live show. They've just switched days. Instead of being on Saturday, they are on Sundays at 4:30 Central Time. So make sure and check out the Happy Hour Live there with Boston Blade Reviews and Big J's Knives. Thanks, fellas, for having me on. And getting into that, John from JO Ventures, I understand, is going to be a guest on the Happy Hour Live this Sunday. So make sure and check that out. My friend John, I don't know a better friend of the community. He does all this fantastic leather work. And folks, he is so generous. I mean, so generous in sharing his leather products with everybody. And wow, every time he sends you something, it's not just, a thing. He always includes lots of wonderful little things. Like he sent me this little flashlight as a part of another package. And man, he is just so thoughtful and kind. So make sure and check out JO Ventures Outdoors. Give him a sub. Give him a sub and help his channel grow. Okay, for today, well, I just thought I'd pull out 3 special Victorinox knives that are special to me. And I kind of came up with this idea because I just did a 2 for Tuesday where I featured my grandson at the end of my 2 for Tuesday video, and he built a Lego whale. And I got a lot of positive feedback from that, so thank you everybody for supporting my grandson in his YouTube debut. We're thinking about naming a channel for him called Lego Delights. That's still under development, but we'll see. But it reminded me of this great knife that Patty sent me. And there's another generous member of the community. Patty, I can't ever get him repaid for all his generosity to me. But I just happened to mention one time that my grandson loves Legos, and Patty was showing this knife, and somebody, I guess over in the UK, makes these covers like this, and it's a Lego cover. So he sent it for my grandson, and I'm keeping it until he gets a little older. But we are just always going to treasure this knife. So this is the Tinker, I think. Somebody identified it on RJ's Live show the other day because we kind of went over our Victorinox collections. And I don't have a large collection, but it sure seems like I'm starting to get one. They just seem to keep growing and growing. So again, what a fantastic gift from Patty. Now, we got into a lot of controversy on whether the Phillips should be coming out like this or if it should be an inline Phillips. And boy, it was a pretty good discussion. everybody in the chat group on the talk box, as we call it, they all gave their 2 cents. My next special knife here, this is a Victorinox Adventurer, and it is special because this came from my good friend Steve from up in, not Steve, what am I saying? Oh my goodness, Stuart. You never know what's going to come out of your mouth when you're making a video, folks. I apologize, Stuart. This came from my good friend Stuart Harvey, up north. That fine Canadian chap up there. And he's been very generous to me also. But this is the Victorinox Adventurer. It features this locking blade, which is very nice. I have a couple different medical kits that I have, and I keep this one in one of my smaller medical kits because I think it's just a handy knife to have along with a medical kit. So you got that nice locking blade right there, and you get fingerprints for free. But just a fantastic knife. You know, I didn't show that, but it's grooved out there. Get a really nice purchase on this. Something you don't really think about with a sack, but. And then the controversial Phillips screwdriver. So what do you guys think? Leave me a comment. What's your opinion? Do you want your Phillips in line, or do you want it out the back here? I like it this way because it gives you good torque. But to each his own. Leave me a comment. What else we got here? Got your needle, punch, awl, whatever that is you want to call it. You know, just your standard tools that you expect on a Victorinox. Alright, last but not least, one of my favorite Victorinox. This would be, as far as I know, the very first Victorinox that I ever bought. And as you can see, I carried it so much that the white has come off, it's rubbed off. But this is an economy Recruit, and the reason it's called an economy is because it has no toothpick or tweezers to it. And folks, this is probably my most carried knife ever. I bought this in about 1988, I believe, overseas in Hong Kong. And I probably carried this, about 2 decades. This was a knife I always had in my pocket. You can see it's been well used. Just been trying to get it sharpened up here lately. Did a mineral oil soak in it. Try to get things loosened up again. But again, another favorite or special knife because I truly believe this was my first Victorinox. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this little video. You know, I'm going to put a playlist down in the end screen. It should be showing up in your bottom right hand corner. Put a playlist there of all my slip joint knives. And for all of you new viewers that haven't seen some of my older videos, why, that's a great way to catch up on some of my older videos. Until next time, everyone, have a very delightful day.